Welcome to the Outcast Trading Channel. My name is Io, and today we'll be going over the crypto market, and I'll be giving an update for the week. So today is July 22nd. It's a Friday. If you're watching this video on a Wednesday, I'll remind you that you can watch this video as soon as it comes out if you become a member of our TA program and join our Discord. The link is in the description below. So let's get right into this. Here we see Bitcoin on the weekly chart. This is a CME. Last time we spoke, Bitcoin was below the 200 simple and 200 exponential. It looks like it's trying to crack above both of them. Still finding some resistance at the 200 exponential, but there's still 8 hours to close. Let's see where that closes. And given where it closes, we'll see probably a different reaction. But for now, it looks like a good local low on the weekly with this little cluster down here. A bit of a fake out because it closed below the 200 exponential, 200 simple on the weekly, but it looks like it's trying to recuperate right below there. Again, this is still premature. You wouldn't say that this is a full-on reversal because yes, we are trying to crack above these two moving averages, but as I said in the last video, I wouldn't consider any reversal without a close above this kind of lower high, even though I would be even more comfortable above 50k. Well, yeah, around 50k, but by that point it would be pretty obvious. But again, I think that a good first step is these two moving averages, and then this kind of lower high down here at 30k. So let's see the daily before we move to spot. That is something we were talking about the other last week, which was the break above and retest of the daily 21, and then trying to see if there's a reaction, a push up after that, like we saw in some other altcoins. This is a start of it. Again, the daily hasn't closed here, but it looks like a good test of a broken resistance turned into support, and the daily 21. I think to look at the range, I'll just go to spot directly, as it's kind of the same. Let's go to, yeah, this is the daily. We see something similar here, but more with the top of the range, more than the 21. We do see the reaction from the daily 55. That is pretty, let me take this out so it's easier to see. The daily 55 EMA is causing some resistance, but it also allows Bitcoin to reset and retest the broken resistance. Again, my favorite time frame is the 12-hour. Let's look at that, as it looks perfect here. This is a textbook break of resistance and then retest as support. Here we saw, let me zoom in. I haven't changed these lines. I have actually extended them, so it's actually relevant to where we are right now. But they're still in the same prices that we talked about last week, or even the week before that. So we tested this horizontal as resistance. However, after a candle of rejection, Bitcoin actually broke, tested it further up, which was around the daily 55, and then came back down to test the broken resistance as support. And here's the very clear test. I actually took a long of here. And yeah, I mean, I closed it early, but this would have been a good entry over here. It is also a silver cross on the EMAs, which is the 21 and the 55. You would expect to see a test of the 21 eventually. It doesn't have to be now, but it could be in the future, and that would also be a nice entry as long as there's ways to manage risk. But yeah, the clearest thing here is that we broke the range finally. However, I like trading ranges. As I said last week, I trade the range until it's not a range anymore. I took the short here, took some profit here. This horizontal over here, this kind of support, this also resistance turned into support. And then once I saw that there was a bit that this was going to break, I got out, and it was still a profitable trade. And then I took the long right on the retest of that support, of that resistance turned support. So this is trading. Sometimes once the range breaks, you need to adapt. It's not a range anymore, so you have to figure out what your next plan is. In my case, is to take the long on the retest, and I did. So I am not taking this off yet, because if there is a rejection of the 55, or even on the weekly, let's see the weekly on spot. Yeah, see, for example, if it closes below, the weekly closes below the 200 simple, I would not be as bullish as I am now. It's about $1,000 away, so I was gonna say it's far away, but it's not. It's actually a sneeze for Bitcoin, so it's a matter of waiting, to be honest. So I'll keep the range as it is, even though we have broken the range. But as it is looking like a reversal. Again, it's not. I wouldn't call it so until we clear the areas that we've spoken about before. So I'm still going to keep this range. So if we do break this level, I guess this makes it easier for this coming week to trade. If this level gets taken out, that would not be very bullish. I'll be looking for it to come right back down to the bottom of the range. I don't know if in one go, if it would bounce a little bit and then come back to the bottom. But I've seen this before. I wouldn't say it's a fractal, but the behavior is a breakout, a false breakout, and then coming back into the range makes it very, very bearish, in my opinion. I think we can even find an example of this. Let's see. In this range over here, yeah. So here we had a range. Yeah, I even circled it. I think I posted this in the Discord a few days ago. Let me take off the EMAs if they're a little bit annoying. Okay, so here's the range. We broke the range. We tested, which is where we would be now. We tested, we came up. We failed to close above and maintain the uptrend on the 12-hour. And then we broke the horizontal. A little bit of a retest of this is kind of a liquid zone. It's not really horizontal. It would be more like a box, like a rectangle. And then down, down, down. Yes, a bit of a bounce here. I don't know if it lined up with a fib or not. But then just down and test the bottom of the range with this anemic bounce, and then down. So if you're looking at what behavior I'm going to look for, if it does break, this is the behavior I'm looking for. Okay, so let's look back to the present. If this is a confirmed breakout and it bounces and we make a higher high above this local high over here, I don't know if you could consider this a local high, but at least it's a high, because here we have a low, a high, a higher low, and this is a higher high. If this doesn't get taken out, we are going to come down and see if we can make a higher low. If that is not the case, and we're back in the range and the bearishness that comes with that, and it just comes back down, then the trend is over. But for now, as long as this horizontal is held, I am happy to be bullish, at least up to 25. The fib shows us that it's so the 618, the golden pocket tells us that it's 26.3. I don't think it'll get up there. There's a wick over here at 25.4. There's also a gap on CME around there, if I'm not mistaken. It's around 27. So this changes a little bit. So this makes that golden pocket more actionable. It might get a bit of resistance over here, but actually over here at 25. But if it does break this high, it wouldn't surprise me if we do actually go for the fib. And then that would be a place for another higher high and looking for another higher low after that, where you could use fibs to see that after. But first things first, we're looking to see what Bitcoin does and then we can follow up. So yeah, is there any bearish divergence that we should be concerned about? I guess so on the 12-hour. If it does close above, if the 12-hour closes above 23.7-ish, and the RSI does not make a higher high here, then yes, I would be concerned about bearish divergence. 12-hour Stokes crossing down into the critical zone, from the critical zone, that would be a signal for more downside. But again, yeah, let's look at the Stokes properly. If it's actually reset, it looks like it's coming down to the line of the critical zone and maybe aiming for a bounce, but it would need price action to get moving. If it doesn't get moving, then there would be a loss of momentum and more pressure to the downside. But again, we'll see where this goes. For now, what I am looking at, what I am trading, is the break of resistance turning into support, along the support. And as long as we're making higher highs, higher lows, which is as long as you maintain the uptrend, I am happy to be bullish. You can even look at the 4-hour, which makes it easier to see the uptrend. You see all the way up, there's higher lows, higher highs. As long as we're above this higher low, which is the same horizontal we're talking about before, then you're still in an uptrend. If for some reason here, as we do see here in this little, if we zoom in here and we make a fib, there's a 618 golden pocket, which is acting as a resistance. If this gets confirmed as a local high over here, then we would be making the first lower high, potentially looking at starting a downtrend if we do get a lower low over here. That would not be bullish. However, I would refer to the higher time frames to actually confirm a change of trend. And this is also because, let's see, the 4-hour Stokes just crossed here from a fib from down here. So it is looking like this is just gonna keep the uptrend for now. I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot say with any guarantees that that's what it's gonna do. But with some hidden bullish divergence here, 4-hour Stokes turning up, still maintaining an uptrend, testing broken resistance as a support, all of this confluence, I see bullishness for now. We'll see if there's anything that comes up later on, if that makes, if that changes the picture. Again, if you're a member of our Discord, you'll have plenty of updates in the moment, and we'll be talking about this further. But from what the picture that I have right now, we have this range break and retest. So I think that should be it for Bitcoin. I mean, I could go down to the 1 hour, but the problem is that that's probably not going to be very actionable for most people that are watching this. No, I think I'll just keep it at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is nice and easy to read. What can we look at next? I do want to look at Ethereum, as Ethereum did lead this one. This was clearly a break before Bitcoin, way before Bitcoin. Let's look at the 12 hour. I think I like the range on the daily on this one, actually. Yeah, this was a clear break and never tested us as a broken resistance into support, which is very interesting, very bullish. Well, more than very bullish, just very strong. How are EMAs looking on this one? Okay, the 55 got broken and retested. This is very strong. Again, I look at these not blind because I'm checking the charts every day, but these are videos that are pretty much improvised. So you get this to see what I look at every day and actually look through it at the same time that I do. So for Ethereum, daily looks strong. This is strong, very strong. Yes, we'll get some resistance up here. Even, hasn't tapped up here yet. 1710-ish. 1700, 1710. Any further up? Yeah, that's, I mean, 2,000, sure, but that's like very far away. Wow, that's like another 15-20%. Wow. 12 hour. 12 hour, the 200s are looming, which is where I was looking at a bit of resistance around the 1700, 1710. Give this some time to come back down, and you'll probably find some resistance over here. There was some bearish divergence on the 12 hour, and it has not tested the 21, but it did bounce off the 10 simple. That is very strong. Wow. 4 hour. 4 hour 21, saving the day. This is one of my favorite EMAs, the 4 hour 21. Yeah, that worked very well on I mean, did it close below? Kinda, yeah. Not the most accurate, but it gets the movement. I mean, this is some support that was over here. Yeah, no, the 4 hour 21 would have called this on closures. I mean, you get the gist of it. I really like the 4 hour 21. It does call a lot of the bounces, like this one. Yeah, I mean, you can see. It's one of my favorite ones, to be honest. There's hidden bullish divergence too, making a higher high. I mean, it's acting like Bitcoin, but much stronger. What other cryptocurrencies can we look at? I will be going over the same ones as last week. Matic, my god, Matic. This is insane. I mean, when we talked about it, it was flushed against resistance over here. I said if it broke, the next possible resistance would have been the weekly 21. And not only did it get up there, it actually went way past it. Well, not way past it, but another 10%. No, another 7% more or less. That's very strong. However, it looks like it might close below. It doesn't look like, I mean, 2 days and 11 hours, anything could happen. But it looks like it wants to close below. Any close bill above 79 cents is good for me. Close above 93 cents, even better, to be honest. But again, this could all be a cross of the 21 and the 55 EMA and the retest to then come back down. That's the bearish look at it. But the problem is that it's with the weekly Stokes turning up, crossing the critical zone. I don't know how bearish you can be on this, and breaking this horizontal that we were looking at before. Yeah, I mean, it didn't come back to retest it. It did test the 10 simple more or less like Ethereum did. That's very strong. Even closed above this kind of a consolidation over here on the lower time frames. This is a daily and it's only one candle, so probably in the low time frames. But they close above. It looks like it wanted to retest this area. It bounced way before that, and I was looking to make another higher high. It has the daily 200 EMA around here, which it's going to offer some resistance. I mean, this looks good. This looks very good. It's like a little W over here as well. I'm not going to draw it out because, again, patterns in cryptocurrencies, which I'm going to talk about the next pattern that we were looking at on Cardano, which was a descending triangle last week. And that did not play out the way it looked, right? We were looking at the descending triangle on Cardano, and what I did say, oh my bad, this one. I'll stick off the EMAs. Yeah, with a base and then a down-sloping resistance. And we were around here, I would say. I can't remember exactly around here. And we did say that if Bitcoin did want to dump, then Cardano would be the first one to go down. Bitcoin decided to not dump and actually break the range to the upside. So Cardano did not dump below that. However, it hasn't gone very far. It is not the most bullish asset in the crypto space, as one might say. So there's not much to see here. If you are interested in Cardano, my recommendation is that you look at other assets, or you wait until there's a further downside in Bitcoin and maybe buy lower. Again, it's not financial advice, but Cardano is not the crypto to be looking at, I would say. Back to Bitcoin, just giving a summary. Yeah, I mean, I would be looking for that fib to be taken out, at least tested, not taken out, but tested. This looking like a bit of a flag. I mean, if you go further down, it looks like a flag. Yeah, up, down, yeah, and up. Yeah, I mean, there's a golden cross right there on the 4 hour. That is something we haven't seen in a long time. 4 hour golden cross right here. Would you count this as a test of a lower EMA on that golden cross? Maybe. That would be very interesting, actually. I had not seen this. I had not realized this. This may be actually very bullish. The 377 is here. It's not the most relevant EMA. It's one of the ones that shows you bias, even though my bias, same as Jackie, is the 4 hour 200 EMA and an SMA, which Bitcoin took out. And another bias change is also the golden cross here. So everything looking more or less bullish for now, as long as this horizontal is maintained. This is my big if. If this horizontal is lost, then I wouldn't be so bullish anymore. It has its chance. Let's see if Bitcoin takes it. Well, I hope you've liked this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. If you're not part of our Discord, there's a link in the description below. If you would like to learn how to trade, there's a course that we offer also in the description below that also gives you access to the members area in our Discord, where we are constantly talking about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, the traditional markets, Forex, all kind of assets. So if you want to learn, click on that link in the description. I hope you liked the video. I'll see you in the next one.